What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So late last night we got another trade to happen, and it happens to involve my favorite team. The Portland Trailblazers have traded away Anthony Simons and 2 second-round picks to acquire Jrue Holiday once again, because of course they acquired him in the Damian Lillard trade. So they flipped him last time, and I guess there is a chance they may flip him again. But my gut feeling is telling me he might be here to stay. So we're going to jump in, and this video may not have a big shelf life, especially if he's traded before this video even drops, or while it's dropped, or whatever in its first 24 hours. Let's go ahead and rebuild the Portland Trailblazers after they have acquired Jrue Holiday. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs. So if you want to help us reach that goal, that would be absolutely amazing. First and foremost, I'm recording this super early in the morning, so I apologize if I sound like complete crap or whatever. But yeah, Jrue Holiday and Anthony Simons have been swapped along with 2 second-round picks. So, as a Blazers fan, I think most of us are kind of confused because on one hand, Jrue Holiday is a great player, but the problem is he's 35 years old. His contract isn't the greatest. He got a 3-year contract now. Obviously last year has a player option worth $37.20 million. The Blazers did have a little bit of a defensive identity last year, and to me it looks like they're trying to lean towards that. That's what I'm gathering from this, obviously. And then the Celtics of course get Anthony Simons, which I thought about doing that video too, but we know 100% that there's another move for them coming, that they may trade Porzingis. There's an off chance they may trade Derek White. But they need to save more money, which is why I'm going to wait on this one. Unless if the Porzingis trade doesn't happen for a while, then maybe I could do one with Simons on there now. But I want to talk about the Blazer perspective. Although I'm not sure this could be the only trade the Blazers make. This doesn't feel like this would be the only trade you make if you're the Blazers. You get Jrue Holiday, who will be a great mentor for Scoot. But man, does this team have some bad money. It's kind of weird to think about. But regardless, this team has the 11th overall pick. I might be out of pocket for thinking this, so especially if you're a Blazers fan, let me know if I'm crazy. But when I saw this and the more I thought about it, are the Blazers gonna make like another aggressive trade to like just win now? Like, would they use DeAndre Ayton's salary as an expiring and maybe trade for someone? Now I don't know who it would be. And is there something to be worried about when it comes to Shaedon Sharpe, because he's gonna be in the last year of his contract? Is there an off chance that the Blazers would move Shaedon Sharpe before they have to pay him? I don't know. That's my weird gut feeling right now. I really hope that's not the case. I might be out of pocket for thinking that. But we're going to just jump in and draft with 11. There's a chance that the Blazers trade this pick. They did it last year when they acquired Deni Avdija. Obviously, they had 2 lottery picks last year, though. So number 1 is going to be Cooper Flagg to Dallas. Number 2 is going to be Jeremiah Fears. That's interesting. Number 3 is going to be Harper. And then Ace Bailey dropped all the way to Charlotte. Edgecombe, I kind of know who I want with this pick if he does fall to us. So let's see if he does. Toronto, Maluak, which that would be nice for us. Derek Queen. Okay. Well, I think I feel pretty good about this. We are absolutely going to take Carter Bryant and lean more towards that defense. If the Blazers are trying to build a defensive identity, Carter Bryant helps out with that. So we're absolutely going to go ahead and take Carter Bryant with the 11th overall pick here. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and keep going. Carter Bryant, and then options, of course, we can accept all of these. So again, I don't think that this is the only trade the Blazers make. I do think there's another possible trade coming, so I can't wait to kind of see what it's gonna be. I'm also a little nervous on what it could be. I guess Sharpe or Scoot's gonna be come off the bench, because I don't think there's a world where Jrue Holiday is. I feel like Jrue Holiday is gonna start next year if I had to guess. You have Kamara, of course, Deni Avdija, and I do think you clearly need to trade one of the bigs, whether it's Robert Williams, DeAndre Ayton, or Donovan Clingan. Like, that's always kind of something I do. Now, one thing in a Blazers rebuild that I don't have to do anymore is I don't have to trade Simons right away. That's like, I did that almost every single time. Instead of Jrue Holiday now, which is kind of funny and interesting, but we'll see how long he stays a Blazer. Will it be end of the season, or will they trade him immediately? That remains to be seen, but my gut feeling is telling me that he will be playing games on the Blazers next year. But I think we're going to attempt to trade Robert Williams, even though, like I said, I have a weird feeling that the Blazers may be looking at, like, my first thought is, would the Blazers maybe, if they want to lean into this defensive identity, would they like go talk to the Grizzlies about Jaren Jackson? Like, he would be really hard to pull off, don't get me wrong, and I don't think I'm going to do this trade, but they could throw them Robert Williams, like Matisse Thybulle, and what if they did trade Shaedon Sharpe? Because Jaren Jackson's going to cost a lot. With him being a former depoy, his contract's incredible, and if he's willing to be extended, he's a great player that would fit anywhere. Obviously, he's only 25 years old. I'm just kind of spitballing. I don't know if the Blazers would actually do this. I'm not going to do this personally, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to lean into this defensive identity. They could do something like that and have Kamara play the 2, and then, but then what's Scoot? You're gonna have Scoot come off the bench still? Like, I don't know. It's weird, man. Just not really sure what to think of the direction of this team right now. But I am gonna go ahead and I think trade Robert Williams away because I think it's always been time for that to happen, unless they trade Ayton instead, something bigger. But I'm just gonna see if we can get like anything. Like, so the Grizzlies want to give me a couple of first-round picks. And if the Grizzlies are leaning into trying to compete, I know the Kings apparently are interested in Sacramento as well, or interested in Jrue Holiday as well. Charlotte is trying to give me a couple first-round picks. I mean, if they want to take Robert Williams, but Charlotte I'm not sure is the best destination for him. Let's try that again. Who was the other team offering me empty picks? Wasn't there another team? Yeah, the Grizzlies. I think I'm just going to do the Grizzlies trade. I think I always trade him in Memphis, but if they have the money to acquire him, let's just do it. Just give me 2 seconds. We call it good. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to really do this offseason, even though, like I said, in real life, I do think there is a huge possibility that's not the only thing the Blazers do. So let's go to player progression, and let's see how much Jrue Holiday is going to regress. I even kind of thought about not even doing this video yet and maybe waiting. Wow, look at that. Down to an 85 overall already. Well, I don't think we can start Jrue Holiday in this video. If he's going to go down to an 80 overall already, then we definitely are just going to roll with Scoot and Sharp next year and have Holiday come off the bench, even though that's a very expensive bench player. We're literally about to have a combined like $70 million coming off the bench, which is just kind of, well, it's not quite 70 million, 64, but man, that's kind of crazy to think about. And then DeAndre Ayton, if we have him coming off the bench, that's even more money coming off the bench. It'd be like a combined, what, like $100 million coming off the bench? Kind of wild. But all right, let's get in this rotation for next season. This is going to be a very interesting video to say the least. We got to cut someone, so let's go who see that's going to be. I guess it probably has to be City Sissoko, unfortunately. All right, let's get into the rotation for year number 1. Power rank 17th overall, as we have Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, Toumani Camara, Denny Avdia, and DeAndre Ayton as the starting 5 right now, with Donovan Clingan and Jrue Holiday. Jeremy Grant, I mean, look at the amount of money coming off the bench, man. Well, I guess Ayton starting, but I do think I'm going to start Clingan. If we're going to lean into a defensive identity, we might as well just start Donovan Clingan, right? So we're going to start Donovan Clingan with Ayton off the bench, Jrue Holiday, Jeremy Grant, Jabari Walker, and T. Stiebel. That leaves Carter Bryant on the rotation for now. I'd like to see Carter Bryant play in year 1, though, so I think I'm going to go ahead and give him Jabari Walker's minutes, because I wasn't even really sure I was going to keep Jabari Walker, but he's here now. But I do want Carter Bryant playing immediately, so I think that's what we're going to roll with. So I don't really know what to expect. The one thing I do want to look at is shot tendencies, obviously. So I always like having Denny Avdia, you know, being a really high shot tendency guy for the Blazers. I really hope that Denny Avdia becomes our all-star. Low-key, maybe even the potential to be a superstar. I think there is that chance, and I would love to see it come to fruition. So I'm going to roll with him as a high shot tendency guy, and then we're going to see what Scoot and Avdia can do as the 2, I guess, lead scorers here. So will this team make the playoffs with Jrue Holiday acquired on the team? We are about to find out, and I'll see you guys at the end of year number 1. Jay wins MVP. Cooper Flagg is your Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook is your 6th man. Giannis is Defensive Player. And Ahmed Thompson, Most Improved. And Steph is your Clutch Player. Chris Finch is your Coach of the Year. Nathan Mack is your Executive. So here's your All-NBA first team: Shea, Jokic, Giannis, Luka Doncic, and Stephen Curry. Here's your All-NBA second team. You got LeBron, Embiid, Edwards, Cade, and Mobley. All-NBA third team, All Defensive first team, and All Defensive second team. So, and then here's our All Rookie teams, by the way, too. We do get Carter Bryant making it, which is great. I'm glad we got him some minutes right away. Averaged 7 points per game. Came off the bench for us, but hopefully he continues to develop extremely well for this team. So we do end up as a play-in team. So I guess we'd feel pretty. I felt like the Blazers would feel pretty happy with that if I had to guess. We finished at 40-42, 9th seed in the West. So yeah, I think, like I said, I think the Blazers would feel decently happy about that. We had 24 and 8 from Denny Avdia, which I love. We got 18 from Scoot Henderson, 16 from Shaedon Sharpe. So I think the game plan is try to keep these three guys as the main scorers of this team. Although I have a weird gut feeling in my stomach that I'm not sure Sharpe is totally safe when it comes to the Blazers. Like I said, I could be totally wrong in thinking that, but I just have a weird feeling. I don't know why. Hopefully I'm wrong though. And then DeAndre in 14 and 8, and then 10 from Jeremy Grant, 8 from Jrue Holiday, and then 8 and 4 from Toumani Camara. Okay, well, we get to play the Spurs round 1, so let's see how this is about to go. But hopefully we're able to get in. I mean, that'd be kind of cool, but it is the Spurs, so it's going to be not easy. And right now we have the lead right now, and we will go to OT and barely win, 37-10 from Denny Avdia. Now we get to play the Portland, or the Pelicans, sorry. Or the Portland Trailblazers. Let's play the Pelicans on the road, who apparently also have some interest in Porzingis, so that could be a Porzingis destination, as we are going to get in the playoffs in year 1 after winning some play-in games, which is kind of cool. So shout out to this team right now. I'm going to continue to start clinging, like I said, and then we're going to continue to, we're going to go 9 rotation though for the playoffs. Let's go 50 bench utilization. Let's do this. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. So we got Denny Avdia there. I want to give Klingon still the starting 5 minutes, the defensive purposes, and then we're going to still go with Carter Bryant here over Jabari Walker. So we'll do something like that. Carter Bryant is going to get 10 minutes in the playoffs, but it is going to be minutes for him nonetheless. Okay, so let's go game by game here against Minnesota. So game 1 is going to go to them. Game 2 is going to go to them as well. Game 3 is going to go to them. So game 4 is also going to go to them. Okay, so we get swept. The fact that we made it is kind of cool, I guess, but we didn't really do much when we were in the playoffs. So Denny Avdia, wow, his efficiency dropped, but we were playing the Timberwolves, so I don't know if I should be too surprised. 17, wow, yeah, this team was not very efficient in the playoffs at all. We get swept, though. So let's go ahead and see who goes on to win the championship really quickly, as we have the Mavericks and the Bulls, and the Mavericks go on to beat the Chicago Bulls in 7. Okay. Is Jrue Holiday going to retire before his contract is over, by the way? I don't know if anyone remembers, but, like, he was talking about retiring, like, years ago before he got in a new extension with the Celtics. So, I don't know. It's definitely a thought. I'm not sure if he will or not, but I wouldn't rule it out. So, let's go to the lottery. And this time our pick's going to be going to the Chicago Bulls because we made the playoffs. So, the Bulls finally get our pick to convey. Thunder via Philadelphia. I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to have that pick, so I think that pick is protected. But they do have the Clippers pick. And then do we even, I don't think we have a pick at all in this draft, so we're not going to be quite in the territory of getting draft picks just yet. I think Chauncey's probably earned another year based off making the playoffs, and if Joe Cronin and Jody Allen are still running the team, I don't think they're going to look to make a new head coach change because, whoops, my alarm's going off, but I don't think they're going to look to make a head coach change because they have not shown us any signs that they even care about hiring a new head coach. So yeah, we're not gonna do anything like that. What was I about to do though? So Chauncey Billups is going to remain the head coach. I was about to do something, but I totally forgot because my alarm started going off on my phone. I still don't remember. Let's just go to draft night. So let's just move on to the next thing. So on draft night, again, I don't believe we have anybody's pick. So we have 7 and 10 in the second round. So let's go see what it's gonna end up being. So we got Carter Knox and LeBron. Welcome. Then we got Scoot Anderson and Klingon. I will absolutely decline Chris Murray. Not a great player I've seen so far from the Blazers perspective. I mean, I just don't think there's any need to keep him. And then qualifying offers, we got Shane Sharp, Ryan Repair, McGowan, Jabari Walker. I don't think I'm going to keep Jabari Walker, McGowan's. Ryan Repair is interesting, and Shane Sharp I am going to keep. And then for free agency, we have, wow, look at that. Look how many bird rights we have right now. But again, the only player I'm going to look to keep, I'm not going to keep Aiden either, is going to be probably Shane Sharp and maybe Ryan Repair. So I'm going to wait on Shaden Sharp till the last day of his deal because I think there's a chance that Shaden Sharp doesn't even cost that much for the Blazers to extend because I don't know. That's just my gut feeling right now, even though I have another gut feeling that the Blazers may trade him before they have to pay him, which would suck. But weirdly enough, I feel that way. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'm just out of pocket thinking that. Okay, so we do have some cap room, it looks like, surprisingly. I'm a little surprised. Wait, how do we have cap space? There's no way this team has cap space. Or do we really? I mean, I guess we haven't paid Sharp yet, but I'm a little surprised by that. Okay, so Jrue Holiday is willing to sign an extension. Grant is willing to sign an extension. Klingon will get well, Toumani Camara, we will absolutely extend Toumani Camara. That's no problem. I don't have an issue with re-signing Camara going forward. Klingon, I mean, we can wait for another year on that one, and School will be paid next year. We just got to pay Shaden Sharp. This is a little misleading. I don't think we actually have the money to acquire like a really good player in free agency. But we're going to get Shaden Sharp in the last day of free agency. And I'm also going to try to sign a backup center if there is one I can sign. So here are the centers that are available. So someone I always loved getting. We got Usman Dane, Quentin Post, Vucevic, Iguodaro's here. Interesting enough. We could go Iguodaro off the Suns. They let him go for nothing, it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a 2-year deal to see if he would come over to Portland. And then we'll get Shaden Sharp, as I mentioned. Hopefully Well, I guess it's still going to be around 30 million a year, but whatever. So we'll do that. And yeah, we can sign Iguodala and Repairs back. Okay, so we got Sharp between 88. Denny Avdia's an 86 now. Klingon's 86, 85 Scoot. And Jrue Holiday, look at that. And Jeremy Grant, 77 and 75. So I think the game plan is, though, when Jrue Holiday's at expiring $37 million is to trade it. And then Jeremy Grant's contract will be expiring too. So we'll have two really big expiring contracts. Iguodala's up and then Carter Bryant's up. So we may have the ability to make like a interesting trade, especially with Denny Avdia making as much money as he is. Like, he is on such an incredible contract. That's why if he were to be traded, I feel like he would be so valuable around the league. But I want the Blazers to keep him for as long as possible. So let's get into this next season. Made the play-in last year, got into the actual playoffs. So we're looking to bounce or build on that. See if we can. So same starting five as last year, which I do like. So this is what it's going to look like. We got Scoot, Sharp, Kamara, Denny Avdia, Donovan Klingon, Carter Bryant, Iguodala, Jrue Holiday, and Ryan Repair. So the bench is pretty interesting. They got also Repair playing over Grant, which I don't necessarily hate. Yeah, I guess I'm going to leave that the way it is right now. So we're going to roll with that. 3.5 perimeter centric. We're going to see if this team makes the playoffs again. Shot tendencies, we still have Denny Avdia's really high, and Scoots is getting higher too, which is great. So we'll go something like that, and I will see you guys at the end of year number 2. I don't think I'm going to be stopping the deadline. I think our big moves will come when we see that Jrue Holiday and Jeremy Grant expiring contracts on the books, and maybe we use those to do something. So at the end of this season, Cade wins MVP, which is kind of cool to see. We got AJ winning Rookie of the Year in Charlotte. Ace Bailey is your 6th man. So the Hornets have gotten Ace Bailey into bands the last couple of years. That's pretty good for them. Women defensive player, Devin Carter most improved, and Cade's also your clutch player. Here's your coach of the year. I just noticed what Cade was averaging. I got totally just glossed over that. 37 points per game is crazy. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team. So no Blazer or anything like that. All-Defense first team, All-Defense second team do get Donovan Klingon making it, which is lovely. And here's your All-Rookie first team and All-Rookie second team. So we end up as a playing team again, funny enough. So here are your player stats. This time not as good as a record. Not a great record as last year. Not as good as a record as last year. 25, I don't know why that was so hard to say. 25 from Scoot, 24 from Shaden Sharp, 22 from Denny Avdia, and 11 from Carter Bryant. Shaden Sharp shot tendency isn't even that high, and he averaged 24 for us, which is awesome to see. Efficiency has been going up too, so Sharp is becoming that guy for us. I love that. And then we got Carter Bryant 11, 9, and 5 from Iguodala, which ended up being a nice little signing in free agency for us. Klingon 7 and 11, and Jrue Holiday with 4, and Repair with 4. Okay, we get to play, like I said, the Warriors. I actually want to start Carter Bryant over Kamara, which is interesting because I love Kamara, but I guess if they think that's best, let's try it. So will we get in again is the question. The beautiful part about this is, as a Blazers fan, I think we can all agree, if I'd like to think that this team would be sold by now. We'd have a new owner. Hopefully the new owner isn't as dumb as Matt Ishbia or anything, but hopefully they come in and strategically make this team better somehow, and this would be like a great time to have those expiring contracts. So the Mavericks beat the Raptors in 7. Okay, so I want to make sure that Jrue Holiday is as well. If he retires, it wouldn't hurt my feelings totally, but it doesn't look like he's going to leave that much money on the table. At least I don't see him retiring here. So, yeah, he's still going to be, it looks like, playing. So we do get a lottery pick this offseason, though, which is kind of cool, I guess, because our pick conveyed last year the Bulls, so we finally get our pick. That's cool. 2.5% chance. I mean, it'd be crazy if it jumped up. It's not. Oh, wow. Wow. I was like looking at 11. I'm like, wait, I don't see us. It jumped up. 2.5% chance and it jumps up into the top 4. Wild. I mean, imagine we got the number 1 pick, but we get to add someone, and then we get to get a new head coach now as well. Like I said, this, you would like to think that the team would be sold by now, so this team would be ran a little bit better. So we're gonna go Tyronn Lue, and we'll go yes, Quinn Snyder is always a good option too. So let's see, we get Quinn Snyder or JJ Redick. I'm gonna go JJ Redick. So let's get JJ Redick to be our head coach. Head to draft night, and let's see what we can get. So what draft? This is the Stokes draft, right? Yeah. So we have the 4th overall selection, which gives us the ability to kind of use this pick after these guys accept their options, or we could trade it right now, low key, and just kind of go for it. So I don't know if there's anybody that makes sense for that kind of trade, but obviously Jrue or Jeremy Grant's going to accept their options, so we can use that big expiring to make some kind of trade. It probably would be to upgrade the small forward spot, which would mean, or the forward or power forward, which would mean Kamara would hit the bench, unfortunately. But obviously still having him and Carter Bryant off the bench would be disgusting. So I kind of have to see what's available if we were going to maybe do something like that. Although usually you probably should just draft with the pick, But part of me wants to make a big move right now. So let's see what would be available if we did. So I do have a couple guys I'm interested in, but I'm not sure if trading the 4th overall pick would be the smartest thing to do. I'm looking at Asar Thompson and Jaden McDaniels. Both of them I think would be incredible fits. We don't really need scoring. We just need defense. Like, just add more of like guys that can play great defense. And Asar Thompson and McDaniels are the 2 guys I'm looking at. But again, I don't know if I can be justified in trading the 4th overall pick for them. So I do think I'm going to draft to this pick, and we're going to try to trade with them without having the 4th overall pick be involved. So I guess we just take Caleb Holt here, who I think is the best player available anyway. So yeah, we're going to take him. 6'7" guard. Do we have another first rounder in this draft? No, not yet. So that's going to be coming next year, I do believe, when we get the Bucks pick. So 78 overall shooting guard. Going to be a nice, obviously, addition to have. So we'll do that, and then we'll accept all these. Obviously, we're not surprised that Jrue and Jeremy Grant are accepting their options. Okay, qualifying over Scoot and Ryan Repair. Now it's time to see if we could trade for Asar Thompson or Jaden McDaniels. So obviously McDaniels is a little bit of a better shooter, so it would not surprise me if that would make more sense for us to do. And let's see. So if we offered McDaniels, I mean, it doesn't have to be, so the Timberwolves can't even do that. So let's go to the Pistons instead. I don't really ever trade for Asar Thompson, but it sounds like a fun, intriguing idea. Jrue Holiday's contract for Asar Thompson. Let's trade this 2028 Bucks pick, even though it could end up being really good. Caleb Holt, they came and acquire, so they're starting to, so it might just be a bunch of picks involved. So 2029 Blazers pick. Can I throw any money at them at all? No. So 2 first rounders and Jrue Holiday for Asar Thompson is what we're looking at right now. And that's probably my best offer at the moment. They think they're a contender. Let's say we did as many picks as possible. So they're not going to agree to this. Let's go to the Timberwolves for Jaden McDaniels then. So 2 first round picks, or 3 first rather, is what we have right now. And just give me like Antonio Reeves, I guess. So Jrue Holiday, 3 picks for McDaniels. They still think they're a contender as well. So maybe we can't make these trades just yet, but man, am I gonna look to maybe do them later in the offseason then, because those are the 2 trades I want to do. So Scoot needs to be re-signed, but we're definitely gonna be looking to try to make one of those trades for one of those guys. I really want one of those guys badly. So we're gonna be moving probably. Abdia's gonna stay at the 4. Or we'll figure it out. But we just got to re-sign Scoot Henderson. And who else was a free agent and Repair? So Scoot is gonna get an extension from me. So let's go ahead and make that happen. So Scoot Henderson's gonna be signed. We'll get him on the team, and then Repair. I mean, if he's back as qualifying offer again, that's fine. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else in free agency, unless if there's someone worth signing here. Because if we get, so do we need, like, I mean, we already have Caleb Holt. I don't really know who we're going to trade away. But yeah, I think I'm just going to wait. So let's go later in the offseason. Let's try those trades again. Maybe I'm willing to include Caleb Holt. We'll see, though. So unfortunately, I didn't really want to do this, but we're actually going to be going ahead and going into this season with Jrue Holiday and also Jeremy Grant still on the team. Neither one of them are going to play, but they're both big expiring contracts we're going to take to the trade deadline, basically. So that's the game plan right now. I wanted to trade one of them. I just couldn't find anything. Couldn't make that, obviously, Jaden McDaniels trade happen. And then we need to move someone to the 3 because right now they have Kamara on the bench for some reason. So I don't know what's going on there. Caleb Holt, though, I guess would be interested to start. But we're going to have him come off the bench, obviously, in his rookie season. And then we need Kamara to start at the 3. They got Carter Knox, of all people, starting, which is kind of interesting. I mean, we could move like Carter Bryant to backup 4 instead, which I think is what I'm going to do. And so, yeah, is that what I saw? Carter Knox is starting over everybody, which is kind of weird. But all right, I'm going to fix that. And I'll see you guys at the end of the season or at the deadline. Hopefully the deadline to make a big move. So we're 34-17 at the trade deadline, and I told you guys we're going to try to make a move for one of those forwards again, so let's make it happen. So I'm going to go talk to the Pistons about Asar Thompson. We're going to offer Jrue Holiday's contract in here. The one thing we have going for us is this Bucks pick is super valuable, and we're going to go for it. So Jrue Holiday is Bucks pick for Asar Thompson, who's living on offense, but defensively, he is going to be absolutely amazing for this team. And the reason why we like him is we don't need offense right now. We need defense. So if I just traded this Bucks pick along with Jrue Holiday, would they do this for Asar? And that was that easy. That pick was super valuable. We got Asar Thompson. So let's be happy with that. About that, I'm glad the Bucks sucked. So Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, Asar Thompson, Denny Avdia, Donovan Clingan. I mean, I know Asar Thompson doesn't space the floor as well as maybe McDaniels could have, but you can't deny the fact that Asar Thompson is going to be amazing. We'll have Kamara and Carter Bryant off the bench. this defense is going to be amazing still. Caleb Holt is now out of the rotation entirely, which I feel a little bit bad about. So I guess we could run a 10 rotation with him now. But yeah, I'm feeling good about that. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. 34-17 right now. I imagine Asar Thompson makes us much better. Let's go ahead and see how we finish out. The Cooper Flag wins MVP. Caleb Wilson is your Rookie of the Year. Ace Bailey is your 6-man Wemby Defensive Player. Peterson Most Improved. And Jalen Green is your Clutch Player in Washington. Just Kid Coach of the Year. And Hobson is your Executive. So here's your All-NBA First Team. Cooper Flag, Luka, Wemby, Jokic, and Cade. I'm going to imagine we don't get any Pistons here, but we might see a couple defensive guys. I'm going to say Asar Thompson makes all defensive first team, and Klingon does, nope, not this time. So, but yeah, another defensive guy on this team, which is fantastic. We're the 4th seed out west, and here were your player stats. So, as I mentioned, we didn't need offense. We have Scoot averaging 24, 23 from Denny Avdia, 22 from Shaden Sharp. So, offense was not our concern. That's just why we thought Asar Thompson would be a great fit here. 10 from Regadaro. Has been really good as a backup 5, so hopefully we can find a way to keep him. 9 from Caleb Holt, 7 and 11 from Donovan Klingon. So not too bad. But let's go to a, of course, 9-man rotation for these playoffs, and let's see how far we're about to go. We do draw the Spurs around 1, so I don't really know what to expect, but hopefully we can find a way to beat them. So San Antonio, of course, has Traore, Castle, Vassell, Sohan, Wemby, Josh Giddey, Beers, Santi Aldama, and Kareem Lopez. Low-key, they do become less intimidating without, you know, Flag or Ace Bailey, so that's nice. But they're still a good team, so we can't rule them out. Game 1 is going to go to us, the 129 and 116. 33 and 8 from Denny Avdia, 30 from Shaden Sharp. Game 2 is going to go to them. They blow us out badly. So we need to win on their home floor, and we do. So it's an even series. So far, you know, this series is super close and tight, but can we win Game 5 at home to take a 3-2 commanding lead? And it's looking good for the Spurs so far, but we've been on their tail, and we barely lose there by 5. Okay. We have to force a Game 7. So let's see if we can do just that, or are we in trouble here? So Game 6 in San Antonio. Close game so far. And we're going to lose in round 1. So 93-103. So unfortunately, we had no shot against the Spurs. So that sucks. But the one thing we have going for us is we're still super young. We're going to keep developing. So I'm not going to freak out and panic too much. So the Pistons ended up getting the 3rd pick for Asar Thompson, so maybe we did trade away a little bit of value, but at the same magnitude, we were going for it. So I'm not too upset about it. It's a 25th overall pick. Let's go to player options then, because we only have a 2nd rounder. So Bryant, and then of course you got Iguodaro, who is restricted, which is great. So all these guys being restricted is fantastic, because we're probably just going to let them all come back in a qualifying offer, because we've become super expensive. I already re-signed Denny Avdia and also Donovan Klingon to extension, so we cannot obviously afford Jeremy Grant to come back or whatever. So no bird rights either. So I think we're just gonna have to let these guys come back on their qualifying offer, and we'll run it back basically. And we'll have Caleb Holt, who's going to develop, will be helpful too. So I like that a little bit. And here is what player progression is looking like. So we have Scoot 89. We got Caleb Holt already up to an 85. So he's becomes a great bench player. Carter Knox is slowly becoming really good too. But all right, we're going to be running it back again here, and we're going to see if this team could maybe be better next year. We made it to the playoffs without being in the play-in, which was a nice step. But now it's time to see if we can go win an actual playoff series. So at the end of the season, Wemby wins MVP. Cosby's a Rookie of the Year. Caleb Holt does win 6-man, averaging 18 points per game. So we get a huge offensive jump off the bench from him, which is lovely. So we have a really nice ignition score on a rookie contract the next 2 years after this. So that's very helpful. 5th seed in the West, going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here were your end of the season stats. So yeah, I was about to say, I have to assume that, you know, Avdia and Sharp had to take a back step with Caleb Holt averaging 18 now. So 9 and 9, you had 7 and 11, 7 from McDar with 4 rebounds, and 5 and 4 from Kamara. Okay, well, let's see how far we're about to go this time around, if we're going to go far at all. We get the Oklahoma City Thunder at this point, who have Shea Peterson, Ayton, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Demon is here, Nate, and then Devin Carter and Nikola Topic. So, all right. Game 1 is going to go to us. Beat them 109 and 104. Great start. Then you Avdia with a great game. We're up 2-0, 139 and 130. 35 and 10 from Scoot, 27 from Denny Avdia. And game 3. I'm honestly now surprised to see this. The Thunder just suck in this sim, like randomly. I think they used to be like really OP, and now they're just not. Like, we even saw it in the Thunder rebuild that I did. If you watched it, we didn't even make the playoffs in year 2, I think. Or I think it was like we were super close to missing. It was weird. But all right, we get the Dallas Mavericks in the 2nd round, who have AJ Mitchell, Drake Powell, Cooper Flag, Lively, and Anthony Davis. So It's a good team. AJ Mitchell's averaging 22 points per game in the playoffs right now, averaging on 58% from 3. So that's intimidating. But let's see if we have what it takes to take down the Dallas Mavericks. This is not going to be easy, of course, as usual. The Mavericks are one of those teams in 2K that have become super OP since they traded away Luka. I mean, they were really good with Luka before that, but I feel like they've gotten better, which is just weird in the 2K sim. We dropped game 1. We went to OT, but it didn't, go our way. So let's see if we can take this one on the road in Dallas, and we do. Wow, 114-105. I thought we were dead there as well. But now it's time to see if we can take a 2-1 lead here by winning game 3 at home. If we can win both our home games, we're looking good. And right now we are going to win game 3. Okay, Scoot with 51 in that one. Let's go win game 4 and take a commanding 3-1 lead, shall we? Let's see if we can make this happen. But right now it looks like they are going to tie the series. So that dream may be dead, and they will tie the series. So 113-101. It is very tight and contested right now. I'm going to go to an 8-man rotation, and we're going to go see what we can do in game 5. So game 5 on the road in Dallas. This to take a 3-2 lead. If we go down 3-2, we're probably in trouble, I would have to imagine. We took the lead there for a second, but didn't work out. Okay, we got to win game 6 to force a game 7. Let's see if we have what it takes to do just that. It's going to be close, but it's going to go to Dallas's way. 114-109. Okay, I think I'm going to run it back one more time. Mavericks are going to go and win the championship as well. So we got to round 2. There's another step in a positive direction. I think we run it back once more, and we'll end with the result on whatever that may be. So we do get the Coach of the Year nod to Jay Jrue at 61-21, and we end up as the first seed in the West. As you can see, we got guys like Carter Knox and Caleb Holt who have just jumped up into an upper echelon as far as overall is concerned. So I actually want to start Caleb Holt in the playoffs thus far, which is totally fine with me. 26 from Scoot, 21 from Denny Avdia, 20 from Caleb Holt, and 17 from Shaden Sharp. But this is our final chance to win a championship. Get Minnesota in round 1, which is honestly a really unfortunate round 1 matchup, but here goes nothing. So game 1 goes to Minnesota. If we get bounced by the AFC, that's going to be a horrible way to end this video, but low-key would not shock me. Thankfully, it doesn't look like it's going to go that way. We beat them in 5. We don't have to deal with Dallas in round 2 either. We get the Grizzlies. So, I mean, I feel pretty good about our chances to beat the Grizzlies, I would imagine. So, game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. Beat them in 5. Come on. Let's go. We're on to the conference finals. San Antonio or Dallas. 2 teams that have beaten us in this video. Who will it be? It'll be San Antonio. Okay, so let's see if we have what it takes to take down the Spurs then. So, you know what? We're already actually running a man rotation, which I was a little surprised by that. I didn't realize we were running. So Carter Bryant hasn't even been playing. Let's go 9-man. So game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. This is looking good so far, but the Spurs may be looking to come back. They're going to try to come back 3-2 on us. I could see the vision that they're going to come back from 3-0, aren't they? It's happening. Maybe. It's unless if we take care of them here. Avoid a game 7 at all costs. And we do. Oh my gosh. That was getting a little too scary. Go Henderson, Finals MVP. We get to play the Nets, who have Giannis Antetokounmpo over there in Brooklyn. Okay. So they have Yakachones, Keon Anthony, Lee McNeely, Giannis, Chris, Salon, and Nicholas Claxton. Game 1 is going to go to us. We're up 2-0. We're up 3-0, and that's all she wrote. Just like that. The Spurs, the only team that almost gave us a scare there, but Scoot Henderson is your Finals MVP. Look at this roster, man. I mean, we literally our worst overall was an 84 in Carter Bryant. But what will the Blazers do with Jrue Holiday in real life? I'm guessing they're going to keep him. And my guess is that this will not be the only trade they make, as they're going to try to solidify themselves as a playoff team out west. Will it work? Not sure it's going to, but that's just what I'm predicting they're trying to do. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one. I don't even know if I'm ever going to get that Pacers video out now, but this is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.